if you're bringing 1 million people in a year, 1 million students in a year, maybe like 100K of them are coming in for quality education. The rest probably just want to get a permanent residency and just move here.
And so this week I got a call from somebody and we were just talking, and we were talking about when he immigrated to the country back in the early 2000s. And he was giving me the numbers of what it cost his family in order for him to come here and get his education. And what struck me was that if I took the number that he paid and I added inflation to it, I'm pretty sure, and maybe I did my math wrong because that tends to happen from time to time, but I'm pretty sure that it was even more expensive for immigrants to come here and go to school back then. So here's our friend, TK. This is Navraj, right? Did I say it right? Navraj.
Hi, yeah.
Well, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Great
Thanks
to
for
be
being
here.
here.
I'm a long time watcher.
A long time
Well,
watcher, TK.
don't be
See that?
nervous. We're just two regular guys in
suits.
black and white suits and ties, trying
That's right.
to
I missed the
be as
memo.
professional. Trying to be as
I mi-
professional as we can today
As
for you.
serious and professional for our followers as we possibly could be, because people want to hear the truth from us for some reason, TK, and people come here to learn, and we've been clowning around and we feel really bad about it. So we brought you on to get into some serious topic, and that's immigrating to this what used to be wonderful country that now is kind of suspect depending on your perspective. But what I was telling TK is that you guys, I don't know if we can share the numbers, but you guys spent a bloody fortune for you to come to school here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm transparent, so I will share my numbers with you. I moved to this country about 8 years ago. I did bachelor's in engineering from University of Waterloo. When I started, I think the tuition for a term was 20,000 a term, so that's 4 months, 20,000. By the end of it, because they have annual raises on the tuition fee, I think by the last term I was paying close to 25,000. And now it's probably even more. It's probably like 35,000 range for bachelor's in engineering, at least. But it depends on the school. The diploma mills, they will not charge as much, right? So it depends totally on where you're going for school here.
So my degree from the Athabasca University in Alberta, do you think that the price has gone up from $750 that I paid in 2005?
Surely. I
Just
would
checking.
guess like, yeah,
Maybe a slight increase.
maybe a slight increase.
Slight increase. So you're a smart guy. I mean, that's a great program. How does somebody from anywhere in the world come to Canada and pay for that cost? And actually, University of Toronto is much more than that this year,
Yeah,
right?
I think Toronto is even more. Back in the day, I was comparing where I should go, Waterloo or Toronto. I had offers from both, and decided to go with Waterloo because it had a better engineering program, and the fees was also a bit lower. As there's like there's a 5-10% difference at least. But yeah, it's difficult. 25,000 every 4 months is a lot of money. Thankfully, at the University of Waterloo, they have a co-op program, so you can do internships as part of your educational program. So every 4 months, you have an opportunity to do an internship and make some decent money if you can find good jobs or internships, and that would help pay for the tuition. I paid my own tuition. My parents helped me initially, but I was lucky enough. But it's difficult. I mean, if you want to come to Canada for a good program, it's impossible if you don't have the funds. But if you want to come to a diploma mill, I think it's different. I think maybe for diploma mills, it fees probably 5,000, 10,000. I'm not even sure, but they're opening schools and strip malls. They're just not providing valuable education. But if you want valuable education, if you want the Canadian education that people aspire to, get ready to pay a lot of money.
So are people coming here for the education, or are people coming here because they don't want to live there?
I think it's the latter for the people I've mostly interacted with, but depends person to person, right? For example, for me, I came for the education. I thought there was better education here, and I do not regret the decision. I think I did get good education, but doesn't mean like if you're bringing 1 million people in a year, 1 million students in a year, maybe like 100K of them are coming in for quality education. The rest probably just want to get a permanent residency and just move here because they think the lifestyle is better here, and they would have a better living situation, even though that's not even true anymore. But I think they're getting the message now. I think people have stopped thinking of Canada as this great place to immigrate to. I feel that there's been a huge shift in the last few years.
How do you feel personally now after 8 years?
I sometimes I listen to like a few podcasts and people mention that they have changed. They've seen Canada change in last decades. Right? I can tell you, I've seen a change in the last 8 years. It's a different place. I think it's just after the, I don't know, not to get too political, but I think there's some policy that the Liberal government like picked up on or implemented that were not best for the country in a way that we were not attracting the best talent. That's what we should do, because we want immigrants, but we want people to be very talented that come to this country, right? Because we don't want to add on more people and just, they're just driving Uber or whatever for work. We have a lot of Canadians already that can do that work. So we need skilled labor. But I think some policies that were implemented were not right. And I've seen a dramatic shift in the last 8 years.
I had a client that I was out with. Sorry for interrupting, Darryl. Just a quick note, anecdotal, not coming from me personally, but it was an Indian client. And they said, you know what Canada has too much of these days, TK? Indians. And I said, what? I said, what do you mean?
Shocking.
And they said, everywhere we go, they said, we're driving 3 hours up north and there's more Indians. And I said, but you guys also came here. And because they had come here, I think maybe 5 to 10 years ago, roughly, right? This is the Canadian dream. Do you know what the Irish said back in the 1950s when we got here? There's too many Irish. What's going on? Why are they letting in all those people, right? And so it's just part of the Canadian culture, right? Is that there is a mass amount of immigration coming from one country. Chinese was 10 years ago. It seems to be India now. At one point, it was the Italians,
Philippines,
the Greeks, the Eastern Europeans, the Philippines. It's just the way how Canada was built. And so the government doesn't know any other way. They don't know how to build our economy in any other way. We are effectively warehousing people in Canada. That is what we do. And we just don't have enough concentration of other businesses to put our efforts into. Hey guys, thanks for watching our clips channel. Why don't you go and check out some more clips? We got lots of other good content somewhere over here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Boom.
That was good.
That was good. I like that. That was good.